My name is Pamela, and I am a no code, low code developer and a workflow automation specialist. So, in today's video, we're going to talk about make iterators. Yes, now this is a common concept that people tend to find difficult grasping, and make offers iterators and aggregators, and there is a very absolute difference between these two terms. Now, today we're going to talk about iterators, but just know that aggregator is the opposite of iterator. So now, what are make iterators? What a make iterator does is it takes a bundle of multiple items and then it splits it down into individual items that can be processed one by one. So you give it a clump, it breaks it down into particles, and it attends to them one after the other. Now, this workflow I built for the clients, and the request was simple: to collect volunteer responses for a non governmental organization and to send personalized emails to these volunteers who sign up with the volunteer sign up form. Twitter is the best way to go about this, because the idea of this automation is to send personalized emails to volunteers who signed up the volunteer sign up form. Now, an automation had already been put in place, but of the volunteers did not get a personalized email. So the client specifically requested that I fish out those volunteers that didn't get an email and send them a personalized welcome email. So the trigger for this particular automation is the Google Sheets search rule. I put an indication for those who did not receive the emails. And this is the indicator which is failed. So if the email status is failed, this automation would run. And then I put the limit to 18. Now, for the limit, you can have 50, you can have 100, but I just wanted 18, right? So, with that done, now when Google Sheets goes and searches and finds 18 people, it would bring it into my workflow. Now, once it brings it into my workflow, what does the iterator do? Now, the iterator would grab this 18 rows, right? And it would bring it into it will come into the iterator. Now, once it comes into the iterator will begin to give them off to the Gmail module one after the other until the 18 persons receive it. So now what I did is in the Gmail module, I set up my in the Gmail module, I set up my um I set up my email attachment. I used HTML because I wanted my emails to be segmented and not to be plain. So I set up my email with the HTML email body. And now, as you can see in my HTML email body, you would see where I infused the volunteer name. So now, as you can see, hi, the name, and then welcome to, and just like that, it would send it with the person's name attached. It's this thing that Make does, which I actually find fun. When you click on, or rather, when you hover over a mapping detail that was generated in the workflow, and as you can see, my Google Sheet is blipping. Now, this is showing me where the mapping detail I have put into my Gmail came from, and it came from the Google Sheet. So this is also a very beautiful feature which you can use to track where your mapping details come from and ensure you're putting it in the right place, or ensure that the mapping detail you're putting into a module rather, is the right one to go there. So this is how an iterator works. It takes lumps, breaks it into chunks, and processes it one after the other. And this is very useful in cases where you want to send personalized emails to clients, or you want to give tasks based on submissions, or you just want to attend to various tasks as they come and not as a group. But for aggregator, which is the opposite, what the aggregator does is it would bring everything together if the iterator has broken it, or if you have a situation where you have a group of people but you want to put them into one group and perform an action, that is what your aggregator does. And I'll be talking about the aggregator in my next video. Thanks for watching. My name is Pamela. I am a workflow automation specialist and a no code, low code developer. See you on the next one.